U.S. and China have to be together. Humanity doesn't improve if we are on different sides because we're too big. Whatever we do together will impact the world. My name is Carlos Gutierrez. I started my career with Kellogg's, a cereal food company, and I spent 30 years there. And after that, I served as U.S. Secretary of Commerce under President George W. Bush. At Kellogg's, we built a plant, a factory in China in early 1990s. So that allowed me to have a contact with China. Ever since I came the first time, I was hooked on China. And I have always been fascinated by Chinese history and the evolution of the country.
How frequently do you visit China?
I would say at least once a year.
What impressions or shifts have stood out to you?
Well, the incredible economic progress, technological progress, it's been remarkable because it's happened so quickly. And it continues to be made. China is always surprising the world with new things. For example, electric vehicles. When China decides to do something, the execution is extraordinary. There's no question that in a technology sense, China has done in half a century what other countries have taken a century to do. DeepSeek surprised the world. It was a discovery for a lot of people that China had made so much progress in the whole area of AI. Technology has seeped into every aspect of society. I think in many ways it's even more than in Western countries or in the U.S.
How would you compare the innovation ecosystems of U.S. and China today?
In the U.S., the culture has always been one of entrepreneurship, the private sector, individual opportunity. It relies on a lot of small ideas, small companies, small groups to expand. China, I believe, is more focused on an idea coming from the center and then the execution happens in society. Both systems have pros and cons.
Lots of multinational companies are establishing their innovation centers in China. So in your opinion, what factors are driving this trend?
There's a lot of talent in China. There's a culture of innovation, great intelligence. There's also the aspect of policy. Government policy promotes investment in China.
How do you think U.S. policymakers should respond realistically to China's growing presence on the global stage?
The Chinese stature today is a reality. The question is, how do we turn this reality into a positive outcome for ourselves and for the world? Let's just be committed to maintaining a positive relationship, a relationship that is not on the path to conflict. Let's start by dialogue.
What are the most persistent misconceptions about China in the U.S. media and political circles?
I think the big strategic misperception is that China wants to undermine U.S. interests.
Do you think China tries to undermine the U.S.?
I would like to think no, because the idea of undermining someone else is conflict-oriented. I believe that Chinese wisdom understands that conflict doesn't lead to good outcomes. We have to find a way to coexist in a manner that is beneficial for both countries and beneficial for the world.
What kind of ideal bilateral relationship do you personally want? As a former Secretary of Commerce and also as a business leader, what's the best for you?
That whenever we have circumstances, and there will be many, we are so committed to this relationship that we address it. That commitment